You know that feeling when you open your laptop, stare at screen and think, what do I even post today? We all have been there, and even the best creators. Some day you are full of ideas, everything feels clear, connected and creative. Another day it's nothing. You scroll for inspiration, check competitors, overthink, and by the time you find one decent idea, you are already exhausted. And here's the truth, running out of idea isn't a creativity problem, it's a system problem. And that's what we will fix in this chapter. Because once you understand how to build your own infinite idea machine, the content creation becomes predictable and not painful anymore. You will know exactly what to talk about, who is it for, and why it matters. Every single week. By the end of this chapter, you will never say, I don't know what to post again. Part 1 is 5 core content buckets. Let's start simple. Most founders think they are running out of ideas because they are trying to create a random content. But creativity needs boundaries. If you don't define your content buckets, you will always feel lost. So here's the foundation, the 5 core content buckets that every founder or creator should use. First is your story. This is the most powerful asset. People don't follow you for your company, they follow you for you. Your story builds the connection. Talk about your struggles, turning points, and lessons learned. For example, the time I almost gave up on my startup, or something like what my first startup launch taught me about pricing. Stories build these emotional bridges. They remind your audience that your success isn't just a luck, it's a layered with mistakes, experiments, and growth. Second is your expertise. This is your teach bucket. Content that helps your audience do something like tutorials, framework, or processes. For example, 3 ways to improve your LinkedIn engagement. How I created 30 days of content in 3 hours, and this bucket positions you as a guide, not as a guru. You are not just telling people what you know, you are helping them take action. Third is the industry commentary. This is your thought leadership zone. Here you can share your perspectives on trends, changes, and ideas that are shaping your industry. Founders who build authority are not just creating, they are also interpreting. They show that they understand where the things are heading. For example, why personal brands will replace company brands by 2030. The truth about AI content wave no one is talking about. When you consistently comment on the pulse of your industry, you become the pulse. Fourth is behind the scene. This is your transparency packet. It's not polished, it's real and raw. People love seeing the process, not just the product. Show your workflow, your workspace, your team, and your failures. For example, how we plan our weekly content calendars at West House, or something like what I learned from my worst client experience. This kind of content creates trust through transparency. It reminds people you are not just a brand, you are also a builder. Fifth is the social proof and results. Finally, this is your credibility bucket. Show the outcomes of your work, such as testimonials, case studies, or screenshot or milestones that you have achieved. But here's the key, don't make it about just your winning. Make it about what they can learn from your win. For example, how our client got 1 million impressions using a single content system, and 3 changes that help us cut and add cost by 40%. This proves your idea don't just sound good, they also work. If you are getting clarity from this breakdown, subscribe now, because in the next few minutes I am going to show you exactly how to generate hundreds of content ideas inside these 5 buckets using AI, audience insight, and competitors gap. You will never have to brainstorm again from scratch. Let's move on to part 2, the advanced idea generation. Now that you know what categories you are creating for, let's fill them with the endless ideas. There are 3 systems to do this. First is AI tool like ChatGPT or Claude. Second is community intelligence such as Reddit, Quora, and comments. And third is the content gap analysis. Let's go step by step. System 1 is using AI for brainstorming. AI is not replacing creativity, it's amplifying it. You are still the thinker. AI is your assistant, and here's how to use it smartly. Let's say your bucket is your expertise and your niche is a personal branding for founders. You can literally prompt ChatGPT like this, like generate 50 content ideas about personal branding mistakes that founders make. Within seconds, you will get a full list. But here's the trick, don't post those ideas directly. Use them as a spark and not as a script. Because what makes your content unique isn't the topic, it's your perspective. So take that AI generated list and ask which of these I have personally experienced. Which one can I connect to a story, and which I can explain better than anyone else. That's how you filter generic ideas into powerful original. AI is a brainstorming partner, not your ghostwriter. Use it to save time, not to replace your voice. Next system is community intelligence. Now let's talk about people powered ideas. Some of your best content won't come from the brain, it comes from your audience pain. Here's where to find it: Reddit threads, Quora questions, YouTube comments, tweets, under some viral post, DMs, and even your email replies. These platforms are gold mine for real. They have the raw problem. Search keywords related to your niche and look for patterns. For example, if you see 20 people asking, how do I grow my LinkedIn following without paid ads, that will be your next post. Don't guess what your audience needs. Listen to what they are already asking for. And here's the secret most creators miss. Your comment section is a mirror of your market. Every question is an opportunity for your next piece of content. Let's move on to next, the third system, content gap analysis. Now for the advanced one. Every niche has a content that is overdone and the topics that are untouched. Your goal is to find that gap and fill them. Here's how. Analyze top creators in your niche, list their most viral topics and identify what they aren't talking about. For example, if everyone is teaching how to grow on LinkedIn but no one is explaining how to recover from a viral flop, that's your opening. When you fill the gaps other ignores, you become the original voice in the room. And originality always wins the attention. Part 3 is building your idea vault. Now that you have hundreds of ideas, the final step is to organize them because ideas are useless if you can't find them and when you need them. Here's where the idea vault system comes in. You can use Notion, Trello, or even Google Sheets. The tool doesn't matter, what matters is the structure, and here's how you can set it up. Column 1 is your content bucket, story, expertise, or commentary. Column 2 is an idea title or a hook. Column 3 is platform, something like LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. Column 4 will be a status, idea, draft, or post it. Column 5 will be your notes or the reference link. Now, every time you get an idea from a call or a comment or a shower thought, drop it into this vault immediately. Your vault becomes your personal idea library, and when it's full, you will never feel like a blank page here again. Bonus, the 10-minute idea routine. Here's the habit to make your idea machine truly infinite. Spend 10 minutes daily scanning for your DMs, comments, and a trend hashtags, plus one AI prompt session. Add 3 to 5 ideas in your vault every day. That's 100 new ideas every month on autopilot. Remember, the best creators don't wait for inspiration, either they collect it. So now you have the buckets, your system, and your vault. But idea alone won't build a personal brand. Attention does, and attention starts with the one thing, your hook. In next chapter, the hook to value blueprint, we are going to master the art of stopping the scroll in 3 seconds. You will learn the 5 hook types dominating 2025 and how to structure your message for maximum impact, and how to craft CTAs that don't just ask for likes, they drive leads, build community, and grow your brand. If chapter 3 gave you an infinite idea, chapter 4 will teach you how to make those ideas impossible to ignore. See you in the next video.